We're in the south coast of Spain at the westernmost tip of the Costa del Sol, just a short trip across the bay to the Rock of Gibraltar. We're at the Alcadeza Golf Links to find out who's going to be the 2017 Junior European Open champion. The tournament itself celebrates its 25th anniversary this year and has a long-standing record of attracting the best young talent in Europe.
Justin Rose is the US Open champion.
Superb win for Doherty.
And there she is, a 100% record for Bronte Law.
First, last, best. Charlie Hall.
Luke Donald's the new world number one.
It's Sergio's time. Garcia is the Masters champion.
This year's finals will see 27 girls and 85 boys from 11 different countries take on the two outstanding courses here at Alcadeza, in the form of the Dave Thomas designed Heathland and the Peter Allis designed Links. The sun is shining then on this beautiful Mediterranean setting as we welcome you to highlights of the 2017 Junior European Open in Spain.
The boys and girls compete for the respective trophies over 5 days, with 2 rounds over each of the courses here before a cut is made, and then the final round to decide the eventual winners.
The preliminary rounds will be 72 holes of stroke play, with each competitor playing both courses twice and using the best score from each to give them a 36-hole total.
The format of the Junior European Open has changed many times over the 25 years. But one thing that's remained is the importance it plays in the lives of the competitors, with many returning year on year and some going on to achieve great things in the world of golf.
It was one of the great experiences of my junior career. Getting to play somewhere like Valderrama was an amazing experience. Of course, Sergio played there as well. You know, I made friendships that have lasted me through my lifetime, and it was a big part of my progression as well through professional golf. It was an amazing experience.
Events like the European Junior Open were obviously huge at the time, and obviously everyone playing in them now is, you know, I feel like they're great stepping stones towards bigger and better things. There's always a progression in golf, and you've got to learn to win as well. So obviously, when you're competing against the best players of your age group, it's a really good benchmark of where you are with your game.
So, with those inspirational examples on their minds and with all the preparation complete, it was time for all the competitors to shake off those first tee nerves and attempt to qualify for the all-important final round in just 4 days' time. Day 1 saw Harrison Linney take the lead in the boys group with a 6 under 68 on the par 74 Heathland course. Harrison, no stranger to the big stage, having won the Essex Boys Championship earlier this year. Just one shot back was 16-year-old Jack Severn, with Morgan Rajowski the only other player to join them under par after shooting 72. For the girls, it was Sophie Johnson leading the way after a terrific 1 under 73 on the shorter but equally difficult links course. The forgiving format, allowing the players to drop a score from each course, was seized upon gratefully by Walton Heath's Jack Finch, whose 71 on day 2 allowed him to forget all about the 90 he shot on the previous day.
I use it as a practice round really, and then we can move on from now.
Round 2 proved to be much better for lots of the boys, with no fewer than 12 players recording a score of par or better. One of those was Demi Di Matteo, whose sporting background was clear for all to see, as he carried a joint best score of 71, along with Finch and Ben Allen. The 2017 Girls County Champion of Champions winner, Georgie Starashik, improved on her first round by 5 shots, as she recorded a 77 on the links.
Just went out there, found a few very interesting spots on the course, which I don't advise to anyone to go into. Then it sort of just went uphill from there after that first round.
Her round was only bettered by 4-time finalist Caitlin Whitehead, who shot a 76 on day 2, but couldn't beat the 75 she'd already recorded the day before. Day 3 saw the group swap courses as the boys played the links for the first time and the girls had their first look at the Heathland course. Sophie Johnson tightened her grip at the top of the girls' leaderboard with a fantastic 1/75.
I had a very good first round, was very steady, consistent. I think I hit 18 of the greens, so I was playing pretty well. Second round, not so good. Found quite a bit of the wind. But again, third round, very consistent. Hitting fairways, hitting greens, so it's going quite well.
She was joined by 9 others with rounds in the 70s. Impressive scoring considering many had never seen the course before. In the boys group, it was Henry Warnock Thompson's turn to shoot a round in the 60s, doing so with a terrific 69.
Yeah, it's good so far. Couple of slow rounds to start, but a good one on Wednesday.
He was joined by 10 others who broke par on the stunning links. Unfortunately, the weather turned on day 4, meaning no play was possible. And therefore, a slight format change meant the best 2 scores would be taken from any of the first 3 rounds. That left the leaderboard looking like this. Jack Finch with a slight advantage in the boys group on 7 under par, to be joined in the final group by Sweden's Gustav Lildal and the left-handed Greg Hurley. 44 boys made the cut, with 25 players within 10 shots of the lead. A little more breathing space was afforded Sophie Johnson and the girls going into the final round, with a 3-shot lead over Caitlin Whitehead and a mountain left to climb for the other 15 girls who made the cut. That's how they line up for the final group. The last 3 balls in the boys' championship with Hurley, Lildal and Finch in the final 3 ball. And for the girls, really all concentration on that final 3. Georgia Starashik, Caitlin Whitehead and Sophie Johnson. So with boys leader Jack Finch getting his final round underway, let's get to your commentary team, Robert Lee, and first, Josh Antman.
Thank you, David. A much better morning weather-wise, not a cloud in the sky. And let's join Ben Allen on the first hole with his approach. Club captain at Woodall Spa, Ben. And that is fantastic from Ben. That is a knock-in eagle there.
Well, speaking of eagles, let's go to third. It's a very short par 5, 485 yards. This is an eagle putt for Alex Ford. Oh, yes. So he's gone from level par to 2 under par in a heartbeat.
Jack 7 back here on the first for birdie. No problem at all there for Jack. That's 5 under now for him.
To the gift, third hole, the par 5. Morgan Rajowski, perfectly placed, middle of the fairway, but a strong wind from left to right. And this one, it's magnificent. That left for an eagle. Unfortunately, he would miss the putt, but it was a tap-in birdie to 5 under.
Jack Finch here at the first. His 3rd time at the Junior European Open. Playing a par 5 this for the boys, and that will do nicely there for Jack, and that'll be a birdie for him.
4 par 5s on the front 9. The first is the first of them. This is Gustav Lildal, eagle putt. Didn't make it, just a foot away. Good start though.
Harrison Linney making his debut here. It's a tremendous beard there for Harrison. His 3rd shot, that is right next door for him. Brilliant shot there by Harrison.
2nd to 5 from the left-hand rough, Rory McDonald O'Brien. 5th hole, another one of the par 5s, the 3rd in 5 holes. And how about this? Getting better and better. Come on. Slow putt for an eagle. Didn't make that, but he did get his birdie.
Jack 7 here at the 3rd. His 2nd shot. It's his 2nd appearance at the Junior European Open for Jack. Spin. No, it's sitting down. Eagle chance coming up for Jack.
Harrison Linney's eagle chip. Lovely shot. Definite birdie.
Here is one of those par 5s. It's the 3rd. Back to Jack 7. Oh, no problem at all there for Jack. Stunning putt there. And that takes him to 7 under par.
Greg Hurley, 3 under par, the left-hander. Long tee shot. This isn't much of a... It's just a flick for a shot into a par 5. And he's taken advantage. Eagle putt to come for Hurley.
Lewis Beer. 7th hole, it's a par 5. This for birdie for Lewis. Green's rolling beautifully. Oh, straight in the back of the cup there for Lewis. No problem at all.
Jack Finch, 8 under par. And that is a shot back to the field. That's a shocker. Having to regroup now.
James Bailey on the 7th, another par 5. 512 yards on the card. He might get a bit of help here. Off the hill, and he is. That is going to trundle up onto the green. Eagle chance for James.
Amelia Curtis battling away at +9. Eagle putt though, that would help a lot. Yellow ball, lucky yellow ball. All of a sudden +7. Got the stride on and the high five.
Julia Kerrigan at the 3rd hole for Eagle. A few leaves on the green, wind starting to pick up. Oh, just slides by there for Julia.
James Bailey, excellent approach work and just needed hitting. That would have been an eagle. So getting into the middle of things, 6 under par now.
Gloucestershire under-18 champion Kaylee McGinty here at the 3rd. And that is a lovely touch there from the Avon Schools champion.
Layup for Ben Allen, so he's 3rd to the 7th. Pins at the back, and there is a big bank. Well, if he meant that, that was excellent. He would hold that and make another birdie, get to 4 under.
Last year's 3rd place finisher, Caitlin Whitehead, here at the 3rd hole. Is that going to spin? Oh, and it does. She'd miss the eagle putt, but she would get her birdie.
Jack Finch all the way down to the bottom. And this is 2nd to the 7th. Extreme use of the bank, but he'll take it. That left for an eagle. Already 8 under par.
They're all using that bank, Rob. Sophie Johnson leading the girls at the moment. This her eagle putt at the 3rd hole. Her 2nd time at the Junior European Open. But she would get her birdie.
Starashik quickly at the 3rd, but this is a par putt on a par 5. Unlucky, but a shot goes very cheaply.
Morgan Radzowski at the 10th. Flick of the wedge here in. And that is pretty good from Morgan. He would hold that birdie putt and get to 8 under, right up there with the leaders.
Left-hander Greg Hurley, just short of the green at the 7th in 2, so using the aerial route. And once it gets running, it might have a chance. Come on. Well, he didn't make it, but it's a certain birdie. Very well played shot.
Same hole, Gustav Lildahl. This is his 3rd shot. And that's very, very good from there. He would hold that and get to 8 under.
What news of Jack Finch? Eagle putt after a long tee shot. And that's not good news for the field. Finch taking matters into his own hand.
Caitlin Whitehead on the 5th, trying to catch Sophie Johnson, the leader. Just slides by. She'll settle for par.
Sophie Johnson, par putt. Surely this is going in. Oh, no. Shock horror. Birdied the previous par 5, and that's a bogey. Very expensive.
So at the midway point for the boys, it's Jack Finch leading by 2 shots from Gustav Lildahl and Morgan Radzowski, with James Bailey a further 2 shots behind. And that missed par putt at the 5th for Sophie Johnson means she's only leading by 2 from Caitlin Whitehead.
Coming up after the break, we find out who will be crowned the 2017 Junior European Open champions.
Welcome back to final round highlights of the 2017 Junior European Open, and this is Jack 7 and his approach at the 10th hole. He would get that birdie and go to 2 under par.
Julia Kerrigan, 16 over par. Some of these holes are proving to be quite tricky. This is the 3rd to the 7th. The one with the bank behind the pin didn't need it. Shot was far too good. Didn't make the birdie, but will get a par.
Gustav Lildahl, his second shot of the 10th, currently in second place. He would miss that birdie putt, but he would get his par.
Quickly to Rory McDonald O'Brien, who is level par at the minute. Well, he was. That's a birdie putt. Excellent. Now 1 under.
Second place, Caitlin Whitehead, her 4th at the 7th hole, the par 5. And that is a stunning shot there. Looking happy about that.
Tournament leader Jack Finch heading for home. Birdie putt at 10 from the fringe. Quite high up some of this golf course, very exposed, and all the breeze got hold of that. Still got hold of it. And sadly would miss the par putt.
Leader of the girls, Sophie Johnson. This for birdie at the 7th. What could be a crucial putt in the championship. No, just slides by for Sophie. She remains at 1 over.
Georgia with her birdie putt, same hole, down the hill, left to right, brilliant putt and a brilliant birdie. Reasons to be cheerful.
Morgan Rajowski needs to find a few birdies coming in here if he's going to catch Jack Finch. This at the 15th, not quite, just a bit short on pace.
Kaylee McGinty, her first hole of her back 9, the final round. Looks like this, and the putter remains very warm. Back to +7, and you never know. Put a good run in.
Sophie Johnson around the turn on the 10th. It's her second. Currently on 2 over, Sophie. Oh, a bit too much spin there for Sophie. Leaving herself a tricky putt.
Coming towards the end for Harrison Linney at the 17th, par 3, 167 yards for the boys. 2 under par at the minute. Superb shot, and he would tap that one in to move to -3.
Leader Jack Finch here on the 15th hole. Par 4. Tricky little chip. And he'd make that par putt, Jack, to stay at 8 under.
Well, it's all getting a bit interesting. Lildahl. Nice looking chipping action. He'll take that.
Left-hander Greg Hurley. This for par at the 15th. Important putt, just slides by for Greg. And that could be his chances over.
Leading in the girls' competition is Sophie Johnson. By some way. And she continues to play well, just missing that birdie at 10.
Emily Lewis from Wales here. Second at the 14th. Oh! Collides into the pin. That is very unlucky, but she would get up and down for par from there.
Well, Jack Finch is having a bit of a wobble. This is his second to the 17th, par 3. We saw the approach. And he's got to make a little tiddler. He's giving other people a chance.
Julia Kerrigan, just off the 14th green here. Oh, nearly holds it, Julia. Lovely little shot there.
Tournament leader, Sophie Johnson, from the fringe. I need to chip that one. Just bunt it forward with the putter. And with all that wind, that's very well judged. Steely nerves for the youngster.
Crucial putt, Rob, this in the boys' tournament. Gustav Lildahl for birdie at the 17. Just leaves it short. Not the time to be doing that.
So, can Finch knock his 4-footer in? Oh, he can. How big is that putt? Could be absolutely massive.
Jack 7 on his last hole, the 18th. Oh, what a way to finish for Jack.
Sophie has dropped a shot to slide to +3, but still in control of this. And no mistake there.
Crunch time for the boys. Gustav, his approach at the 18th was like a low raking hook. Oh, that's a fantastic shot there from Gustav.
Shot I recognise the low raking hook, but not necessarily to order. Whitehead, 16th. Slow putt into the breeze. That just died a death, that one.
Now, Jack Finch, eagle chance on the last. just next door will do Jack nicely. And he's left it short. Few nerves for these boys.
Gustav, what an opportunity for the title. It's not an eagle, but it's a certain birdie. He'll have a look.
So Jack Finch, to force a playoff, needs to hold this. Oh, superb putt there from Jack Finch. And it will be a playoff in the boys' tournament.
Caitlin Whitehead at +8. Look at that view from there. It's quite spectacular.
Sophie Johnson playing with Caitlin. This to stay at 3 over par. Oh, it just slides by.
So this is the playoff and the all-important toss-up.
It's tails. Do you want to go first or second? I'll go first.
Gustav, win the toss, you go first. That's the rules in playoffs. Driver at the par 5 first. Nice balance.
Jack Finch. He might be put off by the views, but I don't think he is.
Final shot maybe for Julia Kerrigan. And it's not to be. She won't win, but she will keep this experience for a lifetime.
Back to the playoff. Jack Finch with his second. Playing the first hole here, the boys. Wind very strong. And that's come up just a bit short there for Jack.
So he's on the front edge. Gustav's played 2, didn't quite get his second shot right, so this the third. A very important shot. Doesn't seem to like this either. And that's why. That's hardly any nearer. And he's played 1 shot more.
Sophie Johnson leading by 4 in the girls' tournament. A nice place to be. No problems there for Sophie.
Well, if you can't finish first, you might as well finish second. Whitehead to finish in style. Her third to the par 5 18th. Looks like this. And it's a pretty good one.
Back to the playoff. And Jack's got this to win the tournament outright. But a 2-putt might do. That's a tad short there for Jack.
Well, I've seen this happen before. The guy who's miles away wraps his in. Gustav for the birdie. Not to beat. It's not necessarily a par.
Now this to win for Jack Finch. A birdie on the first playoff hole, and he's done it. 2 punches from Jack. A tremendous win in the playoff over Gustav.
We did it, son. We did it. Well played, Jack Finch. Hearty congratulations from the entire family. And winning in a couple of putts' time will be Sophie Johnson. She's been superb. Tough final day.
Now this would be a nice way to finish for Caitlin. Up the hill. Yeah, just dropped in at the last. Lovely way to finish for Caitlin Whitehead. 7 over for the tournament.
And this for the Girls' Championship, Junior European Open champion, Sophie Johnson. Her turn for hearty congratulations and a nice hug as well.
Oh, lovely girl. Oh, so proud of you.
So a final round 78 was enough for Sophie Johnson to take the crown with a 3-shot victory from Caitlin Whitehead, who was 3rd last year and is trending in the right direction. And champion Jack Finch, victorious in the first hole of a playoff over Gustav Lildahl. Let's hear from both winners. They're with David.
Jack, congratulations. Tell us how great an experience the week and in particular the final day has been.
It's been massive for me. I don't really do like broad tournaments, and it's a miracle. Like after the first round, I've pulled together. Spoke to my coach, and he's changed it in a blink of an eye. Most credit goes to my mum, caddying. I was on my own on the first round, 90, and then all under par with my mum. So fair play to her.
Sophie, tell us how big a day and a week this has been for you.
Yeah, it's been a very big experience. Never led a tournament from the beginning before and actually come out on top, so it's been very good, really enjoyed it.
And what does it give you in the way of confidence about your future in the game?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about it now. I've had a few good scores recently. I shot 10 under at one of my college matches, so everything's starting to come together, so I'm looking forward to it.
So that's it from Alcadeza at the end of a week of outstanding scoring in the 25th Junior European Open. And the impressive victories of Jack Finch and Sophie Johnson prove that once again we've seen the stars of the future here in southern Spain. See you soon.
We fight through fire and pain and always get up again. There's nothing we can't do, and we're about to prove. Oh, we get stronger as we go. This is how we get it done. This is how we do it, do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we do it, do it.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Sky Sports Golf. Feel it all.